Boom, boom, boom. How many of you have heard of the year 2000 and the dot-com boom? How many of you were even born then? So, it was a good time. It was a great time. We were at the edge of this, looking down on this precipice into this brave new world which would be coming our way. We were so excited about it. So I have a little couplet about this. The crash and the bust and the accompanying dust, corpses and cadavers, it still hurts many years later. Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. So tonight I'll share some experiences with you, especially related to the year 2000. So I was a part of those exciting times, and I was a part of this startup venture, in addition to my day job, where we were pursuing this online portal, and we were ready to take on the world. So this was a shopping portal, and we were going to sell sunglasses, designer accessories, watches, shoes, you name it, we got it. And why not? We were the best, or we were supposed to be the best. We were burning midnight oil, we were churning, we were toiling, we were working really, really hard. I guess it didn't turn out, so here I am. We were thinking of, the thoughts were very different. So we thought of eyeballs and click-throughs, stock options, no salary required, because we'll get VC funding, right? We'll go IPO, we'll be millionaires and retire rich in 2 years' time, and why not? So in addition to this exciting gamble, exciting venture, I had a day job too. So to support this, of course, I need to pay my bills. In my day job, I worked in a high-tech company, and I was pushing product. So I was responsible for a product line, all the way from the boardroom to the stockroom. And those were exciting times, even in terms of hardware. The production could not keep up with the demand. Like the production supervisor, he didn't have time to wipe his brow, the sweat off his brow. We used to get raw materials from Asia, and 6 weeks was simply too long to bring the product in by boat, by sea. So we had to fly the product in. The machines were running day and night. People were getting tired. They were getting burnt out of taking overtime. But by September 2000, we were really going gung-ho. But by September 2000, something interesting began to happen. I noticed the warehouse was becoming full, because I used to know what's shipping. But this was not the shipping side of the warehouse. It was not that we were not shipping the product. It was the receiving end of the warehouse. So the product was coming back. And this was good product. This was absolutely usable product. I knew my product. So this was customer returning the product. And my online venture was not going well. So something began to click. Alarm bells rung. I began looking for another job. I quit with the existing job back then, and my management was very unhappy with me. They said, "Why are you quitting? We just had the best year ever. You know, stick around. You are poised for glory, whatever." I quit. I left and joined my new job on January 2nd, 2001. A month later, my old company, they didn't crash and burn, like they didn't die, but they suffered 2 years of hell in which they laid off people, they chopped this, they did this, and then they hired me back 2 years later, but that's a different story. So, what was the lesson I learned? The lesson I learned was, there are many facets to the job, and you got to be cognizant of all of them. Sometimes what happens is, especially if you're in a product company, you got to go and visit your warehouse. You got to see the product flying off the shelves. You got to know what is happening to your product. Not just flying off, if it is flying back, you got to know that. Why? Because by the time the management sees the picture, there could be a lag. A quarter, 2 quarters, who knows how long. And that is why I do not trust the numbers which are presented to me by the management. I do not trust the numbers which are presented to me by the government. If I go to a different city, new city, a new country, whatever, I talk to the cab driver. I talk to the store. I want to know what is the price of oil. How's the business doing? Even when I come back to Toronto, the first question I ask after how are you to the limo driver is, so how's business? Even though I've been away three weeks, because 3 weeks is a long time. The gas prices go up from $1.10 to $1.30, and you can almost notice the trend. So the lesson I learned was, you got to keep if you are in business, you got to keep a touch on the pulse, your stuff. There's nobody who will tell you the truth. Another short lesson, I know I'm running out of time, another short lesson I learned was to do with organizational changes. You know how exciting it is when you go to an organization and they make an organizational change? And some of them make a change every 6 months. I don't believe in change with such rapidity. Because what I have found is, more often than not, this change is made, not because, even though no matter who says about getting to know the customer better, or aligning our services and products to the customer needs, or business process optimization, or improving operational efficiency, etc., etc. I think a lot of this stuff is being done to obfuscate and to confuse the top management. And I think to keep the show going on long after the actors are dead, the storyline is gone. It just keeps on going because you've just made changes. And I take it from our personal life. How many times do we make new friends? And how long does it take for us to have a good energy and good synergy with the new friends that we have acquired? Do we go about acquiring a whole new set of friends in 6 months? No, we don't. We stick to the friends we have for a long time. And there is a certain chemistry which develops over time, which we use to harness and build a team and achieve something worthwhile. So I think a lot of these management changes, they're like roller coaster rides. Very exciting, a lot of fun, but you end up where you started, and achieve nothing. So I'm very wary of organizations where these kind of changes take place with rapidity. So I hope you've enjoyed what lessons I learned, and thank you for listening. Boom, boom, boom.